Subscribe, hype, like, click the notification bell and turn on all notifications. And donate with a super thanks donation in the comments section below for the unfiltered, unapologetic SeanzViewEnt, your home for WWE news, rumors, and backstage chaos. This is where gossip gets exposed around the clock. Now, here's your host, the brash SeanzViewEnt.
Following AEW Double or Nothing last night, which is what the world was talking about, which was widely received. It was popular. It was over. It was an event that people have went back and watched multiple times already, several matches. Sometimes the whole event, some people went back and watched. Fact of the matter is, we're all wondering, we're all guessing, we're all speculating. How would the WWE respond? How would the WWE and Raw tonight react to what AEW pulled off? What we witnessed, what we got, what we heard, even with the botch of good old JR Jim Ross. Listen, I'll take a botch from JR any day, and and a lot of the internet is saying, oh, Jim Ross is past his prime, he's old. Listen, you got to appreciate Jim Ross's voice while we're getting it, okay? You got to appreciate him while he's here. We all know it's not going to be the Jim Ross of 93, 2003, 2007, 2009, 2012. We get it. We understand it. But when the day comes that good old JR Jim Ross isn't here anymore, you're going to appreciate those botches that he did in AEW. And you got to understand, Jim Ross is no longer a regular on AEW commentary. It's not like he's there every week, every single event. But ladies and gentlemen, we're not here to talk about the botch from good old JR Jim Ross, because Jim Ross botching is still better than 95% of the commentators in the world today. And I'm talking about all brands. I'm talking about all organizations of professional wrestling. JR still has that intangible. JR still has that voice. And since when can't you make a hiccup? Since when can't you make a mistake? Since when can't you botch? Hell, here on Show and View, I botch all the time. I botch my lines. I botch my words. Although most of the stuff I say is coming out of my brain, out of my mind. Do I read a script from time to time to give you the news, the rumors, the gossip, the speculation, a teleprompter? Sure I do. But I also give you my view, because without you, there is no Sean's View. You guys are the foundation of this channel. But as of late, I've been doing a lot more shooting here on YouTube.com. But ladies and gentlemen, we got to address the elephant in the room. Because this absolutely has to be said, ladies and gentlemen. It has to be brought up. The WWE Monday Night Raw. Triple H is officially hitting the panic button, according to those in the know. Now, if you thought AEW Double or Nothing was pure chaos and bedlam last night, wait until you hear what the WWE is scrambling to do, what they are scrambling to do tonight on Monday Night Raw on Netflix, the Red brand. We are talking about potentially a rewritten script, a potential bloodbath between Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu, and Brock Lesnar completely unchained to pop a rating. You want the unfiltered truth about what is going down backstage? Well, do not go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Subscribe, hit that like button, click the notification bell, turn on all notifications, and donate with a super thanks down in the comment section below for the unfiltered, unapologetic SeanzViewEnt, your home for WWE news, rumors, and backstage chaos. Oh, we are going to get right into it, guys. The dirt sheet, the gossip, the speculation, the innuendo, because, ladies and gentlemen, the landscape of professional wrestling shifted last night. AEW Double or Nothing has put every promotion on notice, especially WWE, Raw, SmackDown, and its PLE extravaganzas. Massive title change happened. MJF was walking around with the gold, and he's not bald. And now the pressure is entirely on the WWE. The pressure is on Triple H and Nick Khan to produce. Also, we got breaking news. Former AEW champions are entering option year. Preliminary interest from the WWE. Guys, this is just coming out right now. It would appear as if former AEW World Tag Team Champions Cash Wheeler and Dox Howard of FTR are now approaching the option year of their current contracts. FTR entering option year as AEW contracts Preliminary interest from the WWE. Could FTR be back in the WWE? Where do you want to see them ultimately? But ladies and gentlemen, we got to get back into the report. Because viewers, we're not going to waste any more of your valuable time. As we're here, sky high. I would think it would be a violation of WWE if they didn't react, respond, or change it up. What are the massive changes coming to WWE Raw? Well, ladies and gentlemen, according to the rumors, the chatting going around backstage right now at Raw is that the WWE is absolutely scrambling, as we could see some massive, monumental changes to Raw over the next several weeks. You really think that Triple H is just going to run a standard, vanilla Monday Night Raw after what Tony Khan did last night on pay-per-view, which has got the world rattled? No. The rumor mill is spinning that they are ripping up the script and making major changes. Last-minute changes to tonight's show to overshadow AEW and ensure that the Netflix viewerships do not dip. First, let's talk about the opening of the show. We already know the powerhouse Oba Femi is kicking off Raw to address the shocking, brutal sneak attack by the returning beast Brock Lesnar. The Rock and TKO references at AEW Double or Nothing. Mick Foley shines. Shocking. We have all that shocking and much more. But if Triple H wants to steal the headlines back from AEW tonight on Raw on Netflix, we might see the absolute carnage in the first 15 minutes. We're talking about a full-blown locker room clear-out brawl. But how many times are you going to see brawls before that gets old? We got to talk about fresh storylines, new faces, new developments. Brock Lesnar doesn't just want a match at Clash in Italy. He wants a body bag. WWE knows violence equals ratings, and they need Oba Femi to look like a legitimate monster responding to the beast incarnate tonight. But that's not even the big talk, guys. That is not the big talk, because we have the Tribal Combat contract signing tonight between Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu. We all know how contract signings go in the WWE. A table gets flipped. Someone goes through the wood. But after Double or Nothing, the stakes are now raised. This is going to force the WWE to be more creative, to be more entertaining, to be more compelling, hopefully. And don't sleep on the rest of the card. Penta will be defending his Intercontinental title against the young high flyer Javon Evans. Plus, we have Bayley and Lyra Valkyrie to go to war with Judgment Day's Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez. And Adam Pearce has to deal with the fallout of the Women's Intercontinental Champion Becky Lynch getting intentionally disqualified against Sol Ruka. And what about The Vision? Still your reigning World Tag Team Champions after WWE Saturday night's main event. Is Triple H panicking? Are they rewriting the show as we speak to counter AEW? You tell me. I want your thoughts, your comments, your opinions. Did AEW put the WWE on notice? Is the WWE on a pedestal? Does the WWE care? Are they going to react, or are they just going to go through the motions just like they do each and every week on Raw? Same time, same matches, same rematches, same rehashing. Or is the WWE going to deliver on all cylinders tonight? Or is this just going to be the first sequence of events that the WWE is going to have to respond and react to? What should be the major changes? Will we see TV 14 make a return? Will we see a major shift in momentum for Clash in Italy? Because I got to say, the Clash in Italy card is looking superb. It is looking pretty spectacular in my estimation. I come to you guys here every single day. I am not some part-time jabroni here on YouTube that posts once a week. I put everything I have into this. Subscribe for more Sean's View Entertainment, because if it weren't for you, there would be no Sean's View. We prove it true, and I will always stay true to who and what I am right here on this very channel, and that is being unapologetic. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you should know, that is not all. Because, ladies and gentlemen, Britt Baker's AEW return status gets discouraging update amid her TV absence. Mick Foley's AEW plans revealed after Double or Nothing pay-per-view extravaganza. Kyle Fletcher breaks silence after betraying at AEW Double or Nothing. Also, Tiffany Stratton reveals WWE tryout was halted after she dropped out of college to chase her wrestling career. And at the same time, Tiffany Stratton reveals why she ditched the original WWE finisher after fearing serious injury. Also, WWE's current stance on Ludwig Kaiser following his arrest revealed. And ladies and gentlemen, it would appear as if the stance on Ludwig Kaiser is this. Since the initial filing of what is going on, the undersigned Council Commission of Assistant State Attorney, who indicated no obligation to his motion, whereof from the foregone conclusions, the reasons the defendants respectfully request dishonorable court to enter an order following him to travel out of the state of Florida and internationally. My people were here. Where are you guys? I can't wait. I'm really, really excited. And honestly, I really wanted to be here. I'm ready. Let's go. Well, it would seem as if it appears that El Grande Americano storyline will continue as planned, especially after he appeared on AAA programming last week. But WWE's apparent stance suggests that his current booking may not be affected following being arrested. Bronson Reed shows off massive physique during WWE absence. Also, Vince Russo, Triple H in the news, as Triple H should have been fired instead of getting a raise, according to former WWE head writer Vince Russo. Your thoughts, your comments, your opinions, and your emotions on all of that. Also, a massive title match has been added to the May 25th Monday Night Raw, and QT Marshall is injured. CM Punk spotted looking absolutely jacked ahead of his WWE return. What do you think about the best in the world looking in tip-top prime shape? Well, CM Punk is the best in the world, so he's got to be in the best shape. You can assure you of that. Ladies and gentlemen, plenty more to come from Sean's Entertainment. Subscribe, click the bell, turn on all notifications because we are your verified source for all WWE speculation.